Live from the MGM Grand Garden Arena, it's Alliance 14.
Mario Berry, board member at large. I've been a board member for 3 years with the HEUG, and what keeps me involved is the partnerships, the learning, the education, and the opportunity to contribute a verse, as I like to say.
Cindy Bixler, CIO, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, HEUG board member. The HEUG does a great job of providing our members with all sorts of resources to learn about the Campus Solutions products and other Oracle products that we have.
Educating, sharing, partnering, and networking have enabled us and the many people that volunteer with the HEUG to actually, as I mentioned, to deliver and be a part of and have a voice in the future direction of higher education from an Oracle's perspective.
As I talk to other leaders at other institutions, it's amazing how much we have in common. We're all facing the same challenges, especially at this time with the way that the industry is changing and evolving. It's important that we network with each other, talk about those challenges, talk about how we're going to solve them, and talk with Oracle about that.
Putting together a quality experience for executives brings them here, hopefully on an annual basis, to focus for just a few days, if not more, on their enterprise applications, talking to individuals from other campuses and other countries about the challenges. And that makes the HEUG a much more well-rounded organization. We're not just talking tactics, we're talking strategy. Jerry Waldron, CIO, College of New Jersey.
One of the things about being in a higher education institute, for many of us, or public sector, things like that, we're here to serve. We're not necessarily in this for the money. It allows us to really connect with something that's bigger than ourselves. And so volunteering for something like this is really exciting because you get to see different perspectives. I always feel like it's a very cathartic experience we have at the Alliance Conference every year, is that other people are sharing the same pain as you, but they also have a lot of success stories that they can share with you, and we all move forward together. Greg Stannis, Manager of HR Information Systems, University of Missouri System.
One of the really great things about volunteering in the HEUG organization is it gives us an opportunity to network with our colleagues around the country. We get to work with the Oracle strategists and bring all of that back to our institutions. Mark Sweet, the Director of Electronic Research Administration at the University of Wisconsin-Madison.
My name is Caroline Weir. I'm from the University of Glasgow in Scotland, and I represent the Financial Aid PAG. The knowledge that all these people have got that I work with on the Financial Aid PAG, and then Alliance itself, the conferences, the presentations are superb. They're really top notch, and the amount that you can learn just even from 40 minutes of somebody telling you something, it's amazing. And you take it back to your institution and you can implement something just or gain confidence in something that you didn't think you could use just because you attended.
It's a great place to interact with other institutions that are going through the same pains that you may be going through. It's a great place to interact with other institutions that have had fantastic successes. It's a great place to interact with a number of different perspectives on how to deal with a number of different issues.
An alliance is an opportunity for people to come together, talk about what is, what can be, and how we get there.
Being here is something special, and the contacts that you make, the colleagues, the friends that you make, it's amazing.
Alliance is like the Super Bowl for the HEUG. It is our big conference that we do annually. It's a chance for all of our members to get together, to network, to meet, to share ideas.
Alliance is a global conference dedicated to improving, enhancing, educating our members, the world, on how we in higher education utilize Oracle PeopleSoft to change the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the world's greatest Rat Pack impersonators.
lady tonight. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck if you've ever been a lady to begin with. Luck be a lady tonight.
Look, let a gentleman see with my good eye how nice a dame you can be. I know the way you treated Frank and Dean before me. Look, be a lady to me. Oh yeah.
Lady doesn't leave her escort. It isn't fair, and it's not nice. Lady doesn't wander all over that room, blowing on some other guy's dice. Oh, now
Let's keep this party polite.
Too late, too late.
I never get out of my sight. Stick with me, baby, I'm the guy that you came in with. Luck be a lady. Ooh, luck be a lady. Luck be a lady. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to the legendary image of Mr. Liberace himself.
Well, look me over. I didn't get dressed like this to go unnoticed. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for that lovely, lovely welcome. What a joy to be here tonight with a frisky crowd like this. I haven't been this excited since I sold enough Mary Kay to get that pink Cadillac. Yeah. They know I'm coming when I'm at the Happy Meals at McDonald's, I'll tell you that. Hey, listen, before I go any further, I gotta find out, do you like the outfit tonight, huh? Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. I feel real butch in this thing. Truth be told, I take a lot of kidding for all my costumes, but I really don't mind. As long as you enjoy seeing them, I enjoy wearing them, believe me. And I gotta tell you, if they ever do an adult version of Toddlers and Tiaras, I'm ready. I got your honey boo-boo right here. Go have a Frito, honey. Well, listen, here I am way up here, and there you are, way down there. How are we ever going to have a Liberace moment? Duck and cover, people. What happens in Vegas doesn't always stay here. Let's see who's in the front row. Hello? How are you, darling? She's watching me on TV. Bless your heart. Nice to see you. Hi there. How are you? Nice job. This is coming in so beautifully. Keep watering that. I got something like that at home. Hi, how are ya? Nice to see ya. Oh, it's the ladies in red. Hi, how are ya? Is this like a Girl Scout troop? I had the double vanilla. Hi, how are ya? Nice to see ya. Everybody looks, oh, here, your brother's down there. Everybody did you get these from Penny's? Did they have a special on these shirts? Well, I got some store credit there. I'm going to go down and help. How are you? Nice to see you. Mrs. Cleaver, how are you, darling? Where's the beaver? Oh, she kicked him out. Well, good for you, girl. Nice to see you. Hello, way back here. Hi, how are you? Hi. Oh, see, somebody got on a jacket. Beautiful. Nice to see you. Hi, how are you? La, 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 la. All right, boys. Oh, and here we got a beautiful lady down here. Hi. You know what? I didn't show anybody the rings. Let me whip these out. I don't know how well you can see them. I always like to share these because you bought them. Thank you so much. There you go. Well, I showed you mine. Let me see one of yours. Oh. No, it's very nice. It's a starter kit. All right. Well, let me get back up here. I got a little business to do. But you know what? Before I go any further, let me slip out of this thing. This is hotter than hell. Do we have any takeoff music? Let me have it.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
It's a count-in. This kept me out of the Army. I know, something simple. Barbie, party of one. All right, listen, enough foolishness. I have some business I'm pleased to take care of here at the wonderful Alliance 2014. I have an introduction of someone, well, we go way back, but what stays in Vegas? I'm talking about a man who needs no introduction, but I'm going to introduce him anyway so he knows when to come out. Please share some love with your conference chair, Mr. Don Barker. Hey! Oh! I've seen this outfit before. Thank you so much. Oh. Bye, everybody. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Welcome to amazing Las Vegas, home of Alliance 2014, the best user-driven conference in the country. As we open our doors and welcome over 4,000 attendees from over 24 countries from around the globe, including my home country of Canada, I would like to thank by recognizing the significant contribution that our volunteer community has made in making this event possible. Thank you to those who work throughout the year on our product and technical advisory groups, providing valuable information and guidance in helping develop not only stronger products, but also stronger communities. To our track chairs and members for pulling together an amazing program once again this year. It is truly unique to our industry just how much we share freely with one another, both on our successes and lessons learned. Imagine if all industries were as collaborative as higher education. To this year's volunteer conference planning team members, thank you so very much for the countless hours, days, weeks, months of effort you all put in to make this possible. A special thanks to Debbie Hill, Alliance 2014 Program Chair, for her amazing attention to detail and clarity when developing and expanding an already complex agenda. To Ellen Rowie, past conference chair, your wisdom and dedication is second to none. And to Dave Baugh, Director of Vendor Relations, bringing to this year's Alliance the largest collection of exhibitors ever. The truly amazing thing is that all these people are volunteers. On behalf of all the volunteers, we welcome you to Alliance 2014.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm welcome to Alliance Program Chair Debbie Hill.
Hello. We believe we have an exciting conference program for you this year, one that's going to meet your specific needs. Sessions this year are going to range from the small to the medium and the large. So backed by popular demand from last year, we have 125 smaller time frame mini sessions for those 30-minute quick topics to inspire your creativity. New this year, to help you develop new setup or learn new functionality, we have the larger time frames with the 18 deep dive sessions that last almost 2 hours. And rounding out our program, we continue to offer the more traditional sessions with the 391 concurrent regular sessions. All of this, spans over the next 2.5 days from 20 different tracks with topics that range from the novice to the advanced user. So we'll sprinkle in some networking at the stop and share sessions each day, and you'll get a chance to gain perspectives from users on a particular topic that you may have a problem with. So check out those stop and share topics. They're on the stop and shares area on the 3rd floor foyer, and you can look at the topics, or they're also online under the Alliance content. Who wants to meet the Oracle experts in your module? You can ask, how do I do this? Or what does that button do? So meet those Oracle experts on the 3rd floor of the foyer to get those solutions to your questions. There are specific times and topics that are listed there on the Alliance content. Last, but certainly not least, we have our vendor sessions that are scattered throughout the entire program to provide some insight, additional options, some wonderful resources. And we certainly want to thank them for their continued support of our conference. So as you can see, we have a large group of attendees. So we have to follow some ground rules because our friendly neighborhood fireman, our fire marshal, is going to be watching over us to ensure our safety. So we anticipate some of our sessions may be close to or even over capacity. So in some of the sessions, we'll need to send out an SOS. So from the south, where I'm from, that means scoot over some. So if you have a seat beside you, then SOS, and make room for your fellow attendees. We'll need to fill up every single seat possible because our friendly fire marshal is not going to let anybody sit on the floor or stand up in the aisles in the back of the session rooms. So if we reach capacity in a room, we'll have to be asking those extra folks to exit quietly. And we appreciate your cooperation and understanding in this matter. But have no fear. Each of those sessions are going to be recorded and available for download after the conference. So you'll be able to still hear all the great information that's going to be shared. So for those of you attending the deep dive sessions, those are near capacity, and we'll be checking the attendee list for the seating. If seats are available after 5 minutes after the session of it starts, we'll let those that are waiting in line go ahead and enter. So I want to close by saying you are the one that makes the difference in this conference by presenting, by networking, and by taking initiative at your own institution. So have a great conference, and thank you for being the best of the Alliance Conference.
Director of Vendor Relations, Dave Baugh.
I want to start tonight by thanking our vendors for their support of the HEUG throughout the year. Whether it's HEUG Online, Alliance Down Under, Asia HEUG, EMEA HEUG, the U.S. Regionals, or Alliance, some of our vendors have literally traveled the globe to support the HEUG, and we appreciate that. I also want to specifically thank them for their support of Alliance because it's very important. First off, through their sponsorships, they enable us to keep registration rates low, which help all of us in these continuing challenging financial times. They also share their expertise and knowledge through the education sessions, and I hope you'll take advantage of that over the next 2.5 days. And last, they participated in the exhibit hall, which gives you a one-stop shopping opportunity to see all the services and solutions that they offer in one place. When you checked in today, you should have gotten a coupon book. Hopefully, you still have that coupon book because, first off, it has some coupons from some of our vendors, but also, very importantly, it has your drink tickets for Tuesday night's closing ceremony. So hopefully you didn't throw that in the garbage, and hopefully you still have it. You need to hang on to that. I want to take a moment and recognize some of our vendors for their sponsorship of Alliance. First, I'd like to recognize Oracle, our premier sponsor. I'd like to recognize our platinum sponsors. I'd like to recognize our gold sponsors. And I'd like to recognize those vendors who have also provided additional sponsorships for activities throughout the conference. So I hope that you will take some time and visit the exhibit hall and take advantage of all the vendors that we have there. As Don mentioned earlier, we have a record number of vendors this year. So you may find it challenging to find those vendors that have the services and solutions that you need. So as you go into the exhibit hall, look to your right. You'll see the vendor expertise directory that lists all the vendors, their areas of expertise, and also the regions that they operate in so that you can find the people you need. Last, I encourage you to start looking for announcements concerning something new in HEUG Online called our Buyer's Guide. We've had a vendor area in HEUG Online for some time. As you have used that, you've given us a lot of feedback on how to make it better. So we're in the process and hope to be rolling out soon a new area called a Buyer's Guide that hopefully will allow you throughout the year to find those vendors, wherever in the world you are, that offer the services and solutions that you need. And as you use it, please keep giving us that feedback because that's how we make it better. Thank you.
Your HEUG President, Steve Hahn.
Hello, and on behalf of your HEUG board, I'd like to welcome everyone to Alliance 2014. We are very excited to be back in Las Vegas for our conference, and I have just a few things to say and people to thank, beginning with everyone here tonight, for without you, that we would have no conference. How many of you are first-time attendees? Now, I know you'll enjoy your experience at Alliance, and we hope that you come back often. To you, and to all of you who are regular attendees, and to those of you who have come from very far away indeed, thank you for supporting the HEUG and this, the premier global conference of Oracle users in higher education. Every year when I come down the hallway leading to the convention center, I count the flags. As you know, we post the flags of every country with members in attendance here. The numbers keep growing. I'm proud to say that we have 24 countries represented at the conference this year. We've got 550 sessions presented by 480 presenters. And I want to thank all of you who are presenting for the wonderful program that you are giving everyone here tonight. I'd also, as Dave said, I'd like to thank our sponsors and our vendor partners for the fantastic and generous support of Alliance that they give, as well as the other HEUG activities throughout the year and all around the world. Alliance Conference Chair Don Barker. Of course, I'd like to thank Don and his planning team. Our team of conference volunteers does a fantastic job And each conference is the work of over a year of preparation. Don, thank you. Don and his team do deserve a big round of applause, and thank you for that. Finally, I would like to thank Oracle for their sponsorship of our organization and their support for our efforts globally. Oracle has some very exciting things to announce at this conference. And to help set the table for that, it is my pleasure to introduce and welcome to the stage Oracle Senior Vice President, Joanne Olson. Joanne leads Oracle's application sales, alliances, and consulting organizations in North America. She also directs their cloud service business. In both of these roles, she fosters a culture of customer focus, customer success. So please join me in welcoming Joanne Olson.
Okay, we ready?
Yes, we'll do this a little bit.
Thanks, pleasure. Okay, I'm 0 for 2. I have to tell you guys that I was backstage with Liberace and the Showgirls. I got turned down by both of them. I asked Liberace as he was preparing for his presentation tonight if I could borrow his cape. And without question, he turned me down. And he said, if you're willing to do what I did for this cape, then you can use it. And I said, that scares me. And I'd prefer not to envision what you've done with this cape, so I will decline. And then the Showgirls came out, and I thought their headdresses were pretty darn amazing. So again, I approached one of the Showgirls, and I won't even repeat that conversation. So first and foremost, I just need to start with a huge thank you. So I'm going to ask all of the people that are here that are employed by Oracle, as well as all of the Oracle partners and vendors that help participate in enjoying the relationship that we have with our higher education and public sector clients. I need all of us to thank our clients. It's a great privilege for us, and it's a responsibility to support your efforts in what is undeniably one of the most important industries that, candidly, I've ever had the pleasure in 35 years in this industry of working with. You all collectively steward the future of the next generation and the next generation. And we feel a supreme sense of responsibility and obligation to make sure that we partner with you, that we deliver with you and for you the kinds of things that you need to be innovative in attracting your students, in retaining your faculty, and those things that are the heartbeat of the stewardship that you take responsibilities for. So we thank you very, very much. It's our pleasure to be the premier partner. We have in attendance 700 more people this year than last year. So I think, selfishly, we view that as an indication that I think we're doing some really terrific things together. This Alliance 2014 conference, you're going to, I hope, reflect back at the close of it on, when are we closing? Wednesday night? Wednesday night? Some of you might be party-hardy Wednesday night and leaving on Thursday, maybe with Liberace and the Showgirls. But I hope when we're done our 2.5 days together that you reflect back on what it is that, from an Oracle perspective, we share with you, and you get as excited as we are. As Steve said, I'm going to set the table, but the food is going to be on the table tomorrow morning in this arena, so I'm not going to spoil the fruits of the delight. I ask you to please make sure that you come back and you are here for Steve Miranda's keynote presentation tomorrow morning. I promise you that it will be an exciting announcement. It will be a reflection of just how important Oracle feels your segment and your industry is, and how vital it is that we continue to deliver the things that you need to be successful. So I invite you to please come back and join with Steve Miranda. So the other thing is I've had, in my time at Oracle, I've been at Oracle for 4 years, and as some of you I've had the pleasure of meeting with over the course of those 4 years, as we've talked, you know how passionate I feel about this space. And I got to tell you that if you haven't had the opportunity to meet with me in one of our council or advisory sessions or one-on-one, I can tell you that your colleagues represent your interests to me very, very well. So at the last council meeting, they didn't hold anything back. In fact, if I could find my colleagues or my client colleagues that gave me candid feedback on how it is that we at Oracle can make things a little bit easier, I thought I'd just share a little bit of a tidbit. You know, we are a complex company, and we're a company that represents lots of different facets of technology. In fact, I would go so far as to say that in my professional and personal opinion, probably Oracle represents everything from the chipset all the way through multiple facets from an application layer perspective. And we are not necessarily known for making it easy to interface with us. I don't know if that's the first time maybe you haven't had that thought. And maybe you would just like to buy me a drink later and say, we find it amazingly easy to deal with you. But if I pay attention to what you tell me both directly as well as through feedback, you know, it's a delicate balance that we are always trying to balance that between making sure that we have the richness and depth and breadth of skills so that they can come in and talk with you about all of the dimensions of our portfolio that we think are really important, and then not confusing the heck out of you. So I'm pleased to tell you that we heard you, and I've asked Alan Glazier, who runs the higher ed group in North America. So for my colleagues outside the United States, I'm happy to be your sponsor with my colleagues and encourage them to do the same. But we will be collecting, and Alan has assimilated all of the resources, all of the selling resources inside of Oracle that are responsible for higher ed, and we will be aligning their efforts individually to each of you. And so we will be appointing the person that you can look to be the steward of the on-ramp into the discussion with Oracle. So we hope that makes a difference. Come on, give me more love than that. So I think it'll make a big difference. And if it doesn't, I'm sure that you will continue to give me your candid and direct feedback. In some cases, I feel maybe like I should be teaching, you know, I'm on your academic calendar. But at any rate, so this is going to be one of the best alliances that we've ever had. So just to recap, please come back in the morning to hear Steve Miranda, some exciting announcements from Oracle, and a reflection of just how much we value our relationships and how much we want to be your partners going into the future. We've realigned our selling resources, and so we'll make that easier for you. And you know, maybe next year, if you have this in Vegas, we'll come out in the full, like, garb. I doubt that very much. So again, I have to close with how I opened. Thank you, thank you, thank you. On behalf of all of the Oracle people that are here in attendance and those that aren't, as well as our partners that take great pride in working with each and every one of you, I will end the way I started and just say thanks and have a great conference.
Please welcome HEUG Executive Director Lou Connor.
Welcome to our 4th conference in Las Vegas. Are you happy to be in Las Vegas? Once again, we find that Las Vegas draws more attendees than any other venue that we have, with nearly 20% more attendees since Indianapolis last year. Again this year, I have the privilege of presenting to you the 2014 inductees to the HEUG Hall of Fame. We have 3 excellent, very well-deserving inductees who combine nearly 40 years of service to the HEUG and over 90 years of service to higher education industry. In 2004, Stan Jakubik from the University System of Maryland was elected to the HEUG board. He has served on the board as a director, as the vice president of external, as the HEUG president for 2 terms and as past president for the past 4 years. Stan also nearly single-handedly organized the Regional Mid-Atlantic HEUG Conference for the first 10 years it was held. During much of his time as a leader on the board, the HEUG moved from primarily a North American organization to a global organization. Stan was active in the leadership with this transition. While president, he also oversaw the new business model transition for the HEUG, an effort that allowed the type of financial stability that keeps the HEUG sustainable into the future. Stan has been an active, oh, I forgot that there's pictures behind me. Stan, it couldn't be anything I was saying, I just wouldn't. Okay, Stan has been an active member of ACRO and also of EDUCAUSE while working in higher education. He's a highly respected administrator, serving on numerous local, regional, and national boards. Please welcome me and giving Stan a round of applause for joining the Hall of Fame. So it should go this way. Terry Hansen was first elected to the board in 2003. She served on the board for 2 terms and as the secretary of the organization for several years. Terry provided valuable guidance during these years when the organization was maturing. With her guidance, the HEUG developed policy that allowed the organization to grow while still maintaining our nonprofit status. Terry also served on the Alliance Conference team for 4 years, including conference chair in Anaheim. She was also helped establish a succession plan policy, which brought structure to the conference committee and ensured a sustainable process, allowing new talent to be involved in the conference planning so that ideas stay fresh and the conference remains a valuable tool to the HEUG members. Terry is the Associate Vice President for Administration and Finance and CFO at the University of Oklahoma Health Sciences Center. Her knowledge of accounting standards and requirements is outstanding and has been very, very valuable to the HEUG. As a volunteer, Terry blends her experience, her Southern charm, her passion for the organization with her get-it-done-correctly attitude to be a valuable Hall of Fame inductee. When talking about Carol Damron, former HEUG President Ted Simpson said it very well. Carol exemplifies the volunteer leadership spirit that makes HEUG members unique. Carol from DePaul University was first elected to the HEUG board in 2004. Prior to being elected, she spent several years working with the HCM PAG, speaking at HEUG and Alliance conferences, and being active on the HEUG forums. Carol served 2 terms on the HEUG board, served as secretary of the board, as well as being the vice president for products. After her term ended, she organized the first 2 Chicago area regional conferences, which we called CAR-HUG at the time, and participated on the planning team when CAR-HUG merged with WEPSUG to establish what is now the Mid-HUG regional event. What most people don't know was that during much of her time volunteering for her various HEUG roles, Carol was also battling chronic lymphocytic leukemia. She was treated for this several times over the years. About a year ago, Carol was diagnosed with chemotherapy-induced acute myeloid leukemia. In October, she received a bone marrow stem cell transplant to have a chance at full recovery. She's in the recovery process now, I'm glad to say. It's a long and difficult road that could last up to 2 years post-transplant. She's not out of the woods yet, but her doctors are very optimistic. As an additional way of recognizing Carol's contributions to the HEUG, we've added to our community services area information about 2 programs that are important to Carol. First, Be the Match is a global leader in bone marrow transplantation. Also, Carol's daughter, Sarah Brennan, who's here to accept Carol's award, is training with Team in Training again this year to raise money in the honor of her mom's fight. The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society Team in Training site provides information on donating to leukemia and lymphoma research. For information on how to become a bone marrow donor or how to donate to Sarah's team, please stop by the community services area as well. Accepting the award on behalf of her mother is Sarah Brennan. Let's give one final round of applause to our inductees.
Welcome back, Don Barker.
Okay, now it's time to get reacquainted with old friends, meet some new ones. Please join us in the Marquee Ballroom for some food, drinks, and Las Vegas-style entertainment. I'm looking forward to seeing you over there. Thank you.
For all of us here at Alliance 14 and the MGM Grand Garden Arena, good night.